Hey Dirt Magicians, in this video we're going to be answering questions like:
how often do you water your potatoes?
Do potatoes grow upward? How many potatoes can you get from one container?
We partnered with Ashton to run a teaching garden here in Growville for brand new beginner vegetable gardeners. One of the topics was potatoes, so we recorded their questions, and in this video I'm going to answer them. So let's dive in.
How many potatoes do you plant in one container?
It depends on the size of the container. Potatoes typically do well when they're spaced between 8 and 12 inches apart. So a small container, you might just want to put one potato in, and a larger one up to 4. Now, you can always try and fit more potatoes into a container. It just means you're likely going to get fewer potatoes per plant, but more potatoes overall. They'll likely also be smaller as they have to compete for more space. So in short, between 1 and 4, it's kind of up to you. All right, next question.
Do you add compost more than once as you bury the potatoes?
Yes, it's great to add more compost as we bury the potatoes because nutrients move down through the soil when we water. It also provides nutrients straight to where the new tubers will be forming. You can also try adding my favorite nutrient, the like button, if you're getting value from this video. All right, on to our third question.
How often do you water your potatoes?
Potatoes typically need to be watered between 2 to 3 times a week. I make this same recommendation for a lot of different plants and watering as I put my finger in the soil. If it's moist, then I don't water. If it feels dry, then I water. Now, this rule changes come August or September when the potatoes are fully mature. It's going to vary dependent on the variety. And you'll start to see the leaves naturally yellow, and you're actually going to want to completely stop watering. This is the time when we want the potato skins to thicken up, and if we water, it can actually cause the potatoes to split. On to our fourth question.
How many potatoes can you get from one container?
So of course it's going to depend on the size of the container, but typically one plant will give you about 5 to 6 potatoes as well as a few baby potatoes too. If you like hearing the questions of other gardeners, then make sure to subscribe as we come into Growville and record questions once a month. Also, go to our community tab and check out our garden circles where you can actually join other gardeners and ask various content creators questions about growing food. On to the fifth and second last question.
Do potatoes grow upward?
So there's kind of a short and a long answer to this question. The short answer is yes, they grow vertically, but they also bush out. So they do grow well in containers, and all types of potatoes benefit from being buried, which is why they're so good in containers. Now here's the long answer. There's actually determinate and indeterminate, which means bushing and vining, potato varieties. But this is not really a big deal unless you live in really southern climates where the potato can grow so much more. Here, the growth habit ends up being the same. They both need to be buried and they both bush out. Also, Dirt Magicians, if we haven't answered your question by the end of this video, then make sure to put it in the comments and I will happily answer. I'm sure other gardeners would love to see your questions too. There's so much learning we can get from hearing others' questions. All right, on to our last and final question.
Instead of a grow bag, how else can you grow potatoes and bury them?
You can actually grow potatoes in a garden bed if you make a trench so that you can add soil as they grow. There's also a number of different containers you can grow them in, like tires. In fact, we've actually created a whole video where we go into Growville and tour 4 different methods of growing potatoes in containers. And some of them are really cool. I've never seen this before, so check it out.